Breaking on Denver 7 News at 6. A grass fire flares up overnight in Boulder. We're getting an update from crews.
High fire danger across Colorado as we head through the next couple of days before a big change this weekend.
Russell Wilson may be ready, but the Broncos haven't settled on whether the top quarterback will play.
You don't want to put anybody out there that isn't healthy.
How the team is weighing their options before the Jets come to Empower Field.
And it's beginning to look a lot like ski season. We're checking in with some of our state's top resorts that are already cranking out the white stuff. Yeah, race to make the snow and see who will be the first resort to open. Always exciting, although it's been a little bit warm lately. Thanks for starting your Friday with us. I'm Brian Sanders.
I'm Jessica Crawford. We are following breaking news right now. A grass fire north of Boulder flared up overnight. So you're taking a live look right now at the scene near North Lake Ridge Trail. We've seen over the past hour the response growing. We're seeing more trucks and more crews. Firefighters had declared this fire 100% contained just before 5:30 last night. We are keeping an eye on fire danger for you this morning. The National Weather Service in Boulder issued a red flag warning. It goes into effect later on today. So we have meteorologist Stacy Donaldson with us. So Stacy, on one hand, it is dry, but also, we could see some changes here pretty soon.
Huge changes for the weekend.
Yeah.
We have rain and some significant snow for the high country. So this cold front will be coming in just in time. It is so dry out there. We haven't had moisture in a long time. So we have red flag warnings in effect here for northern Colorado and for the southeastern part of the state as we go into tomorrow. And it's already warm out there, 40s and 50s here for the Front Range. We have the high fire danger from Craig to Fort Collins and Steamboat all the way out towards Sterling, and then red flag warning in effect for southeastern Colorado going into tomorrow during the day as well. So it's a little touch and go here for the next few days before that next huge cold front comes in for the weekend. Our temperatures today in the 40s and 50s early on, and then we'll be in the low 70s as we get toward noon. 78 degrees our expected afternoon high for the day with mostly sunny skies. And currently we have 40s and 50s here for the Front Range, and the Plains a little cooler in Greeley at 38 degrees, but forecast highs here for the Front Range mostly in the upper 70s, and we'll see those sunny skies. But like I said, we have a huge cold front coming this weekend. It really will change up our weather scenario here, especially for the Front Range as we get into Monday.
Stacey, thank you. So this morning, dry, but definitely be prepared for some changes, as she was mentioning, for the Monday morning commute. Right now, giving you a peek at I-25 near 20th Street. Traffic is picking up in volume, but taking you to the map right now, no big issues to tell you about. A lot of green still out there, so if you are heading out the doors right now, it's only about an 11-minute drive, I-76 to I-25 through the north side of town, Thornton, North Glen, heading into downtown Denver. I-25 running quite smooth at this hour. Through downtown, you're starting to see some of those typical slowings through Broadway, and then down south through the Denver Tech Center, no issues to report as well. I-70 east and westbound, just about a 10-minute drive for you in both directions, and heading out at Pena Boulevard wide open. And just check security wait times out at DIA, and they're under 15 minutes at all security checkpoints.
Investigators are releasing body cam video showing a confrontation between a man and Arapahoe County deputies.
Sheriff's office, put your hands out the window. Put your hands out the window. Put your hands. I don't want to fight. Put your hands out the window.
So this happened back in March at the Ivy Crossing apartment complex. That's near Harvard in Quebec. Deputies say they were responding to a report of a stolen car. When they confronted the man, they say he started to back up. One of the deputies shot him in the back, killing him. The DA's office says they will not comment on the case or say whether the deputies will be charged until the investigation is finished. New this morning, Aurora leaders are on the verge of a new approach to address the city's homeless issues. Already this year, they've banned outdoor camping and passed a resolution asking you to give to charities instead of panhandlers. Well, now, as soon as Monday, the Denver Gazette reports Mayor Mike Kaufman will ask the city manager to come up with a new comprehensive system for reducing homelessness. Mayor Kaufman tells the Gazette it will include a new city facility that would have housing programs and services all in one place. This comes after city leaders toured facilities in Houston, San Antonio, and Colorado Springs. The Aurora facility would have tiers of services to first get people safely off the streets, but eventually to transition them into their own place. The Gazette reports the facility could cost $50 million. It might be useful to know you have until Wednesday to weigh in on Denver's $254 million homeless plan for the new year. Among its priorities, creating or preserving affordable housing, getting people on the streets into programs, and eviction legal defense programs.
Experts from around the country will be in Colorado today talking about keeping your kids safe in the classroom. It is the second day of the Safe Schools Summit.
People are really understanding that we have to be focused on school safety. And we know, for instance, that parents are very concerned about the safety of their children at school. Although I have to say the schools in Colorado have focused on school safety for years and years.
So there are 30 workshops focused on helping teachers and staff, training emergency responders, and talking about kids' mental health. Montbello Career and Technical High School is staying open. Last night, Denver Public School Board members voted unanimously to postpone the motion indefinitely. That decision came after Superintendent Alex Marrero announced he was reversing the district's recommendation to close the school at the end of the academic year. The district is considering school closures because of declining enrollment. The closures are not expected, though, until the end of the 2023-24 school year. The board will vote on the next steps in November.
Developing right now in Ukraine, Russian forces have taken steps to sabotage a major dam. This comes as Russia begins a large-scale evacuation of thousands of civilians from a southern city, preparing for what could be a decisive battle in the war. Here's ABC's Justin Finch.
Ukrainian President Zelensky delivered an ominous warning to European leaders, saying Russia may be planning to blow up a major dam and hydroelectric plant and then blame the Ukrainians for it.
Дуже дякую.
Zelensky accused Russia of already planting mines in the dam in southern Ukraine, adding an attack could flood 80 towns and villages along with the city of Kherson. And Zelensky says destroying the dam could cause cooling issues at the Zaporizhzhia power plant, Europe's largest nuclear power plant, more than 100 miles upriver. Kherson is the only regional capital Russia controls, lying in one of 4 regions Vladimir Putin illegally annexed. Russian-appointed authorities in that city evacuated an estimated 15,000 residents yesterday, with more expected in the coming days. Experts say the evacuations could be a sign the Russian military will soon abandon Kherson as the Ukrainian military prepares for a major counteroffensive. The Ukrainians have regained large portions of land in recent weeks in the south and the northeast.
Until a few weeks ago, this entire area was occupied by Russia. Today, the Ukrainian forces are pushing them ever closer back to their own border. For now, Putin's failing to win the land war and resorting increasingly to targeting innocent civilian targets.
Meanwhile, Iran appears to have deepened its involvement in the war. The White House says the U.S. has evidence that Iranian troops are now in Crimea, training Russians on how to use drones to attack Ukraine. Yesterday, Putin made a rare visit to a military training ground, a PR move likely aimed at boosting support. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
President Joe Biden's plan to forgive federal student loans won a victory from the Supreme Court. Justice Amy Coney Barrett declined an emergency appeal from a Wisconsin taxpayer group to temporarily block the program. Also, a lower court that ruled 6 states did not have legal standing to make a legal challenge against the loan plan as well. People with certain types of student loan debt could have up to $20,000 wiped away as early as this weekend. Well, another fall weekend is here. That means another weekend of hoping that our Broncos can turn this season around, take it all the way to the Super Bowl.
Will
Brian.
this be the game that they turn it around? We will see. A big part of the equation, of course, is quarterback Russell Wilson. Will he play? We still don't know. Sunday against the Jets, he hurt his hamstring in the loss to the Chargers on Monday. Of course, still nursing a back muscle injury as well. He is listed as limited on the Broncos injury report. He says he's fine. He plans to play, but we also saw backup Brett Rippon taking a large part of the snaps with the starters at practice. Here's what Coach Nathaniel Hackett had to say.
You want the guys that want to be on the field. They're going to do every single thing they can, and they think that they can play all the time. So those are the tough discussions you have to have with people because you don't want to put anybody out there that isn't healthy, because player safety is so important. But in the end, the doctors, and myself, George, we have to make sure we make the right decision for the team.
Well, kickoff is just after 2 Sunday at Empower Field. Stacy, it'll be much colder than it is today.
Yes, we have a big system coming into Colorado this weekend, which will dump some snow in the high country, really cool us down here for the Front Range. And we'll be in the in-between area here on Sunday where we see some rain and cooler air moving in during the Bronco game. Temperatures right now in the 40s and 50s here for the Front Range. We have high fire danger, especially here along the northern portion of Colorado today for that low humidity level, high temperatures and gusty winds. And then southeastern Colorado for Saturday, high fire danger showing up at that point, but we're going to be in the upper 70s for highs today.
Oh, nice and warm. Thank you, Stacy. Air Tracker 7 is up this morning, 6:10, nice and dark, and traffic is moving quite well here across the metro area. A couple of trouble spots. We're starting to see some of that typical slowing. I'll take you through the full traffic report coming up on the other side of the break.
If you still want to go to the Broncos game on Sunday, maybe you'll be their good luck charm. But we're going to tell you about a ticket scam that might lock you out of the stadium too.
Rippin'. Just give them a chance. Could be fun. And double, toil and paddle? Look out. We are about to see some witches out on the water. That's next.